we did our best to inform everybody about all the details related to this situation. I am in your hands.
Do you want the team to find out, assign responsibility for the incidents that you're saying? Do you want them to go out and say who did it? And also, when did Angela Kane actually request to visit Ghouta? There seems to be some disparity between when the UN actually asked to go to this August 21st incident. They're saying there was a 5-day delay. Is that true? That's my question.
Mrs. Angela Kane concluded an agreement with the Syrian government with regard to her visit, and the visit was granted, discussed in details with the Syrian government, and she was granted with her team to go to the locations where the where the allegations of the use of chemical weapons are there. So there were no delay whatsoever, and she was granted access to the locations she and Dr. Sellstrom wanted to visit.
Ambassador, how did the rebels obtain these gases that you say were used against Syrian troops? Where did they come from?
You may be aware that a long time ago, a year ago, a couple of very important information spread all over the media, and then nobody spoke about it, but we conveyed it, officially speaking, in official letters. Among these official letters I was referring to the Secretary General as well as to the members of the Security Council. Let me enumerate some of them just to refresh your memory. The Turkish media mentioned that 12 members, terrorist members of Jabhat al-Nusra Front were arrested within Turkish territory, carrying with them 2 liters of the sarin gas. These 2 liters of the gas were taken with them from Libya on board of civilian airlines to Turkey. And the confessions given by these terrorists were that they intended to use it in Syria. That was Turkish source of information, not Syrian source of information. Then the Judge Della Ponte from the investigation commission established by the Council on Human Rights in Geneva said herself that upon the information she had, the armed terrorist groups were the ones to be blamed for the use of chemical weapons in Khan al-Assad, which is the key issue related to the use of chemical weapons. Then after that, the Russian report submitted to the Security Council, 80 pages scientific analysis submitted by the Russian delegation to the Council. Then you have the Russian journalist Anastasia Popova, who was on the spot in Khan al-Assad the same day the chemical weapons were used, and she reported a footage, documentary footage, to the Secretariat as well as to the Council. All these elements are not Syrian information. These information are from outside of Syria, and they should be taken into consideration by the investigation team. What we are saying, briefly speaking, that these terrorist groups obtained the materials of the producing of the chemical weapons from outside powers, mainly speaking Turkey, Saudi Arabia and Qatar.
Do you anticipate a US strike regardless of the process here?
Sorry?
Do you anticipate military action against Syria regardless of what happens here?
Any military aggression by anybody against Syria would be an anticipation, illegal anticipation of the accomplishment, fulfillment of the mission of investigation currently existing in Damascus. Then this is a violation of the Charter. Article 39 of Chapter 7 states that the Security Council is the only body entrusted and mandated with the very noble mission of maintaining peace and security and preventing aggression. It's up to the Security Council only and exclusively to deal with this issue. It's not up to the United States or anybody else to aggress any nation, member of the United Nations, on baseless allegations that are not yet clarified scientifically and politically speaking by the investigation team.